Here comes take two. I had to test whether or not the volume was coming out of the headset. And I've been teaching all day. So my throat is a little raspy. I'm going to try the best I can to just surmise my thoughts in a much more positive light. People talk to you in therapy, and I was in formation, so we had a lot of group therapy. We had group therapy by a particularly branded kind of sister. I don't even remember what their religious order was, but if she was like one of their stereotypical persons, she had some public videos, which I guess they help people. But if you're taking advice from someone who says you need to take care of yourself, you need to practice self-care, think about some of those things that you do. Do you drink? Does it help you unwind? Do you smoke? Do you cheat? Do you cheat on your spouse? Is that taking care of yourself because your wife doesn't understand you? If you're in formation or you're an actual professed religious or a priest or one of these sisters who really wishes they were priests, do you get a prostitute? Do you play around inside your religious order? Are you thinking about the vows that you took? Is that taking care of yourself? The things that you do for self-care, like swimming, riding a bike, trying everything you can to distract yourself from the sins that you will commit, should remind you, what excuses are you making in the light of self-care? One of the best things you can do for self-care is go to confession, because that is cognitive behavior therapy. I need to work on one thing that's going to change me, and the only way it's going to change me is when I order my conscience to remind me that all these things that I justify as self-care are simply just harmful sins that actually just attack. Even though they're normal, they just attack the care of myself. If I drink too close to the time I need to go to bed, I won't sleep well. It will rob me of the deep sleep, sort of keep me within REM and above, and I will wake up even more tired because I'm not fully rested. There really isn't a moderation to things that ultimately are bad for us. If you moderately smoke cigarettes, they're so loaded with chemicals, it's almost as bad for you as drinking diet soda. Just don't justify it away as, hey, it's entirely innocuous and I'm just taking care of myself. Recognize the truth that's right in front of my face. I am a sinner. I choose to sin for no other reason than I enjoy the fall. I enjoy the idea that I know it's wrong for me and I want to do it anyway. And it's much easier for me to deny it away and say, look, work stressed me out. And because work stressed me out, I just need to blow off some steam. Nah, brah. Go to confession. be humble enough to say, you know what, I know this is going to hurt me. And until I can walk up to the priest, try to keep my eyes up, but feel my head sink down and say, yo, I cheated on my wife. I said some really mean things to my brother. And guess what? You let your yes mean yes, and you don't justify your sin. If you can't do that, you have no courage. But more than courage, you lack humility. I've committed every sin you can commit, just about. And I've confessed every sin that you can confess. Doesn't make me a saint, makes me more of a sinner. But I don't confess them intentionally acting to do them again, willing to want to do them again. Because in order to receive a good absolution, you really should say an act of contrition. And just like the prodigal son, it may feel rehearsed. You may feel like I'm just saying, oh my God, I'm heartily sorry for having offended thee. You might just be saying, look, I've sinned against you and against man. I'm no good. You should make me one of your hired hands. I have family members that when they've actually gotten to the place where they have to admit that they've sinned, they pour on the gasoline. And they're looking for you to rescue them. Thankfully, one of those family members was right there next to me when our father was dying. And a very courageous individual who was sort of extended family said to him, you should be sorry. Where the hell have you been? And even though I chose to say, look, I forgive you, and say, look, this is not the time, guess what? All these years later, all I can hear in my head is Raka. I don't exist to this person anymore because he used the black mirror to erase me. He rocked me, and tu quoque, he broke his entire family. He caused his children, by running away, to self-care. And as bad as I am, as much of a sinner as I am, I still pray that the one thing that both he and I continue to do is say, you know what? I have no excuse. I just sinned. And the only way I'm going to take better care of myself is not to say it to the person who I've erased, a person I've probably irreparably damaged, but to just be able to honestly say it to myself out loud in front of the presence of Jesus Christ. So before I return to dust, I guess I do forgive my brother. But I also don't exist. Because technology has infiltrated your mind. And I still have screenshots that show just how far off you think you can go. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. My sins are so friggin' present in front of my face. It's mild in comparison. When cam girls are much more interesting than your wife, go to confession. Not because your stupid younger brother says so. Go to confession because it's not self-care. Stop lying to your family. You're not going to change. You haven't come to Jesus. You're not leaving your spouse. You're looking for a place to stay. No one should believe you. You have not earned trust. You are a liar. I don't exist, but your lies echo through time. And your actions speak so loudly that no one in the black mirror can hear what you're saying. Doesn't mean I don't love you. But because I love you, I'm not going to push you off a building. But since you won't reach out to catch yourself, since you're trying to jump, all I can do is say, I wish you hadn't jumped. Sorry. Save yourself.